And the real tragedy here is that if you think about how you go about trying to improve your life, what you actually do is try to control the circumstances of your life, right? I want to get a job. I don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want this person to break up with me. And what we actually don't control at all is the conclusions that we draw from what happens in real life. Literally, the only thing that you can control in your life is the stuff in here. We can't actually control whether someone promotes me or doesn't promote me, breaks up with me or doesn't break up with me. But that's actually where we spend all of our cognitive energy. And this is exactly why we end up stuck in life, because we put all of our energy into fixing things out there, because that's really what we want, right? I want to get promoted. I want to get married. I want all of these things. And that's where we put our energy. But the real tragedy is that we don't actually pay attention to how those events affect us up here. It's the way that we are up here, it's our personality that actually determines our destiny.
As somebody who struggles with anxiety and somebody who's a perfectionist sometimes, this is so true. And I can relate a lot with what he's saying because like he said, most of us we try to dictate the outcome of everything. We try to dictate the outcome. Hey, I want a job. Let me apply to 10,000 jobs. Somebody should give me a job. I want to get promoted. Let me do everything I can. I should get this promotion because or I don't want to be single. So let me just go on every dating app. Let me meet every guy possible. Or I'm doing everything my best way possible, where you almost start bending yourself to try to get this perceived outcome because what you think is going to work, right? And I think that's where a lot of us get in trouble, because at that point now we're trying to dictate something that we have no power over, and it's so hard to kind of let go of that control, because in our minds it just so seems so simple. It's like, hey, I'm applying, I'm the best candidate for the position, I have everything that you're looking for, I work hard, I should do this, you should offer me the job and or the promotion. Or you don't want somebody to break up with you, so you start doing more and trying to anticipate what the issues might come along, so you might be able to kind of get in front of it, so hopefully this person doesn't break up with me. And you almost start coercing them. Like it's a weird phenomenon that we try to control, right? We try to start playing God in our lives. And as much as I love that the idea of trying to control everything, and everything will seem so right if everything goes the way that we like it. Newsflash, that's not gonna happen. And that's why you're frustrated. Because I promise you, as kids or as teenagers, we had this timeline of what we wanted things to happen, right? You wanted to be married by 25, have kids by 28, and kind of just have six figures, and it's all relative to each person. But at some point you have to understand that life doesn't work on your calendar. All you can do is control what you can control. And for a lot of us, once we control what we can control, we try so hard to control everything else around us that it doesn't go the way we do, and we crash out. And that might be the hardest thing for you. You have to realize that all you can do is work on the things that on your end, all the things up here, all the cognitive issues, all your personality issues. For a lot of us, it's hard of letting go, because we think that we know best, and people are just it's pretty much that cliche. It's really our world, and people are just living in it. And as true as that is, sometimes there's a lot of things in our world that we have to let go, and it's a hard place to kind of come to terms with, but understanding that things work themselves out. And there's a serendipity of letting life do what it needs to do, and having faith, if you believe in God or a higher power, that they will all work for your best benefit. And if it doesn't work for your best benefit, it's okay, because something else better will come. When? I don't know when that better is, but it usually does come. Because I live in life in the moments, or like you said, allow your control what you can control, and be okay with what you can't. And it's such a hard place for a lot of people to come to terms with. But trust me, once you get to a place in your life when you allow that to happen, you'll just start seeing the beauty of everything, because you're not in a rut. Because sometimes when we feel like we're in a rut, is because we feel like we're not doing something, we're not growing. And that's usually true, because we're holding on to things that don't serve us anymore, or consistently going back to things that make us feel comfortable. And in this case situation is trying to control everything. Have you ever just felt peace when you finally let go of that toxic relationship? When you finally quit that job that you didn't think you could leave because you just felt like this was it. This was you what you dreamed of doing. You finally got the thing, and you finally and you're struggling every single day to go to bed. You wake up in the middle of the night just having sweats, having anxiety, and you just keep going back to it. But when you finally let go and allow life to do what it needs to do, and control everything you can control, which is your, applying the jobs, building your network, just continuously keep working on yourself within what your current role, you'll find the opportunities do start presenting themselves. It might not be immediately, but they eventually do come. And it's scary. But I think that's the best thing about life is that it is not always what you think it's going to be. Because sometimes what we think it's going to be and what we want the best is always not to our benefit. It's sometimes to our detriment. So if you're in a rut, I hope this video finds you well and that you kind of get something from it.